Hey, welcome. Do you know how to spot gold? Do you know which one of these items is gold? I'm going to give you close-up looks. We're going to share today secrets, tips on how to identify gold, some warnings on gold, and just basically arm you so that you can go out and about, buy and find gold very cheap, very safely. So if you're interested in gold, in investing, in buying it, making a bit of money off it, stick around. You're going to enjoy today's video. And let me know if you can identify which of these is gold and which isn't. Let's take a look at them first. So we're going to start off with a ring. Now you'll get a close-up look at the mark in a moment, but you can see there it's already hallmarked 750, which is 18 karat gold. It's got serial numbers and the name, but there it's yellow metal. It's 18 karat gold. There you go. So that's the first item. Now this is the second item. It's the bracelet, big bracelet. Now you can see there it's fully hallmarked 18K and 750 with the maker's mark. There's a close-up of it. And there's the final, the thin bracelet with the heart. And you can see there's the link with all the hallmarks on. Now here's me using a magnet on them all. Not one of these sticks to a magnet. So pause the video and let me know which one you think is gold before we go any further. You've seen the items, you've seen the hallmarks. Which one do you think is gold? Now, hopefully some of you made a guess, and if you didn't, do you know which one is gold in your head? Let me tell you now. Every one of them is hallmarked, and not one of them is gold. Two are fake, one is gold on silver. So not everything with a hallmark is gold. There are also fake hallmarks on pieces everywhere. Have a look at this. This is going to really shock you. This should be illegal. I've come over to eBay and all I did was 375 stamp. Now, just to give you an idea, there's 6,600 plus listings. A 375 silver and gold carat stamping punch. Another one there. This one here, you can stamp 333, 375, 416, 500, 585, all the way up to 18 karat, even 999 there. $12.99 to $14.99 depending on what stamp you want. These should be illegal. So you come in, you select the stamp you want. So let's say I want 375, which is 9 karat gold, and then there you go, $12.99, and people can stamp their own gold. And they actually put a. They're not putting a photograph of them stamping the gold, but plain and simple, this should be illegal. There should only be assay offices allowed to sell this stuff. And this is on eBay. Now, eBay is a hypocrite. Shocking. You can sell so many things on there, and then they turn around and say, for example, you can't sell a truncheon because they class it as a weapon, but maybe you can sell a baseball bat. A truncheon's that big, it's a collectible, it's an antique, yet a baseball bat will do far more damage. Look at this. This is blatant fraud. People shouldn't be allowed to stamp their own gold and silver. The hallmarks are there for a reason, and there's eBay selling the stampers on there, and as you saw, there's thousands of them. It's not just one or two. Now, as I've already said, none of them were gold. Two were fake, and one was gold on silver. Now, when you have gold on silver, it could be stamped 375 and 925, or it could just have a 925 be yellow. But just because it's yellow metal and got a stamp doesn't mean that it's gold. Just as much as just because it's white metal and got a hallmark doesn't mean it's silver. Because I done a video recently, could you spot the white gold in amongst all the silver? That's an interesting one for you to watch. I'll link that in the video for you in the description. But these are all just secrets, tips, things I've learned over 3 decades of trading, designed to help you, basically. Now, not all gold is hallmarked. Some gold may be older, or foreign that was never hallmarked in the beginning. Some gold may have been altered. A ring may have been reduced or made larger and it's destroyed the hallmark. Or it could have lost a piece of a brooch and they've repaired it and they've lost the hallmark. So there are many different ways of identifying gold, especially without the hallmark, because let's be honest, gold hallmarks now are almost getting as bad as marks on Chinese porcelain. You cannot date a piece of Chinese porcelain off a mark, and it's almost getting to the point where you can't trust a hallmark on a piece of gold. I'm going to share with you, first of all, the hallmarks on gold, so you can see the markings you should be looking for, assuming they're real. Okay, so we have 9 carat is 375. 14 karat gold is 585, 18 karat gold is 750, 22 karat gold is 916, and sterling silver, whether it's gold covered or silver, is 925. And these are the hallmarks you want to be looking for on items. Now, bear in mind that is just British hallmarks. You can get gold and silver from all over the world. So you really need to be able to identify a piece of gold or silver without the hallmark, just from the color, the weight, the quality, so forth. Now, I've got a checklist on things I use to identify gold, but before I do, I'm going to splice in a little section of an old video I made on how to test gold with acid. Now, if you actually go to my playlists, I've got a dedicated playlist to gold and silver, testing gold with acids, testing silver with acids, how to identify real sovereigns, you name it. I have got so many different videos there, all designed to help you. So check out that playlist. It will be in the end card as well at the end of the video.
With your file, what you would simply do, if you can pick it up, is simply file it deep enough that you get through the silver plate. Obviously, as I've said, you wouldn't do that if you wanted something to sell on afterwards. This is purely scrap and purely exaggerated so I can get the best results to show you on the camera. Now, starting off, we're going to use 9 karat gold acid, which is this one. And I'm going to test the 9 karat gold for you to see what this does. Now, before you use acid, guys, wear gloves. All right, I don't, I never do, but wear gloves because it will burn your skin. Do you see that bubbling up green? Now, that instantly indicates that it is base metal. So anytime you have anything gold unmarked, you give it a little scratch, and you put the 9 karat gold acid on it. Nice and simple. You saw the result straight away.
Okay, so now you've had a little glimpse of how to test things with acid. We're going to go through my checklist of things I do when I'm looking for gold. First of all, I look for a hallmark. That's the first thing I do. A good quality hallmark still helps you to identify an item, even though that isn't the only thing you can use. And if you're paying real good money, I suggest you carry some acid with you and actually use the acid to test. Now, when I go around the car boot sales, no matter how sunny it is, I don't wear sunglasses. And there's a reason behind that. I wear a peak cap and I don't wear sunglasses. And the reason behind that is I need to see the colour of the metals. Different carat golds have different colours. Gold plate, roll gold, it all has a distinct look to it. 9 carat, 22 carat. I can tell you a piece of 22 carat when the lady's walking around with it on her arm. I really can. So you need to learn the colours and be able to identify the colours of the gold. Don't wear sunglasses. Then the weight of the gold. The more gold you handle, the more you get used to how heavy it should be. And the weight will also help you determine the carat. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I was in Madley car boot sale about a month ago, something like that. And I was rummaging through a costume jewellery box and I picked up a single hoop earring and it felt quite heavy. Anyway, I pulled my eyeglass out on it and it didn't have an English hallmark. It had an Egyptian hallmark on there. I asked the lady behind the stall how much it was. They said 20 pence. I didn't have 20p. I gave them 50p. I said, I don't want to change. I wasn't 100% that it was gold at the time, mind. I left, went, put an eyeglass on there, and it was the Egyptian image for 18. So it was 18 karat gold. Now, this earring weighed 3.5 grams of 18 karat gold that I'd given 50p for. That was over £156 at the time I weighed it in. Didn't have to sell it. One single earring from 50p to £156. Look at the item. Judge the quality. Does it have stones? Are they precious metal? Precious gems? Are they diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, rubies? How are the stones fitted? Are they fitted in with proper claws, or are they just stuck in with glue? There's all different ways. Look at the finish. Look at how it feels. Look at the quality of the item. That speaks as much as a hallmark. Now, I tell you all the time to use magnets. All right. First thing I do with anything is magnet test. But I learned today, after talking to another dealer, that I'm not being clear enough, because he has tested things with magnets, and because the clasp have stuck to the magnet, you've left them there. And I tried explaining to him this week that clasps have a little metal spring in them that will stick to the magnet. You have to test the whole thing. So you can't just test the little clasp with the spring in there, because that spring will stick to the magnet. In addition to that, some bangles, they may be 9 karat gold, but some are strengthened with a wire core. That doesn't mean it's gold with metal core or anything. We're talking hollow bangles that have just got a piece of wire through them for strengthening. They stick to magnets sometimes. So you've got to use a magnet, but use some common sense at the same time. Now, gold is at an all-time high, right? I'm going to share with you the prices of gold now, but that just says to me that you need to be more careful when you're out and out buying it, because it's so valuable now. The amount of fakes flooding in the market is shocking. Now, just to give you an idea here, this is one of the gold bullion dealers I use, and these are the prices they are giving out on Friday. It's Sunday today, so they haven't updated since Friday. 18th of the 7th, 2025. £28.50 a gram. Now, these are not London prices. This is the price that you can take broken gold into these people and weigh it in. You don't have to sell it. You just give it to them. They put it on the scales, and this is what they will pay you. £44.33 per gram of 14, £57 a gram of 18 karat gold. Now, you work it out. £57 a gram, multiply that by 3 and a bit. All right. That one single 18 karat gold earring I bought is now worth about £170, something like that. It's crazy money. 69, 66, almost £70 a gram for 22 karat. A sovereign is £550 for a full sovereign. Half that for a half sovereign. Sovereign's 8 grams, half is 4 grams. Cougaran's £2,375. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you we're in the gold rush of the 21st century. Because let's be quite frank, everybody at car boot sales, auctions, flea markets, you name it, they're all looking for gold. Now, I'm going to share with you some gold I've had this week. I find gold almost every single day I go out, but I do a lot of legwork. I'm there extremely early, and I have mastered how to find it after decades and decades of searching. Take a look at some of these. So, first of all, we have a 9 karat gold watch here, and the strap is gold, the casing is gold, and I'm asking £250 by there for what is about 8 grams of gold. You have a little pair of drop earrings here. These have actually sold. They're not even a gram. They sold for £25. And then you got a pair of earrings there, another pair of earrings there, more loop earrings there, a large 20-inch rope chain, and a large black enamel and 9 karat gold locket and chain. All of that come in extremely modestly in costume jewelry boxes within the last week. Gold is out there. It really is, and you just got to get there early to find it. If you want to know how I do it, I've actually wrote a couple of books. I share all my secrets, all my tips, and everything in my books. If you come over to my website, antiquesarena.com, and in the top section here, you'll see books. Just click on books there, right? And I've wrote multiple books. First of all, this one, if you want to be an antique dealer, right? Unlocking basically everything I know, the ultimate guide to reseller. And if you look there at the end of the description, it says buy the book. And then you got another one here, gold and silver on a budget. Now this one here, right, tells you or helps you find hidden treasures, car boot sales, how to find the gold and silver car boot sales for nothing. How to test, master simple tests, how to tell if it's real, if it's fake, how to maximize returns if you're selling, how to invest, and how to stay informed, and future trends. It really does cover everything. But that's the book section on my website. I've actually wrote those two books myself, and there's a little colouring book I did, but yeah, really, really good book if you're interested in buying and selling gold and silver. Now, all you need for buying gold and silver car boot sales, you need a little jeweler's eye loop that you can get on eBay for a few pounds, £2 or £3. You want to weigh in scales, because if somebody's selling you a bracelet and let's say they're asking £70 or £80, you need to know if it's heavy enough. Maybe that bracelet's 5 or 6 grams. In which case, then you got £150 just to melt it, so you're instantly doubling your money. You need a weigh-in scales, preferably one that goes to 0.01. They're the most accurate. Little digital scales, but you also want them to go up to a kilo, because you want to use them for silver and gold. So you need an eye loop, jeweler's eye loop. Find one that suits you, depending on how bad your eyes are. My eyes are terrible, so I got a big loop, the really strong 35 or 40 strength. But you can choose the strength on eBay, anything from 10x up to 30, 40x. Right, and it's not a lot of money. A jeweler scales £5, £6, £7 on eBay, next to nothing. You can even buy a set of acids. Now, as I've said, I've done the videos to show you how to use the acids and test. A set of acids is a tenner. That's all it is. You can buy them on eBay, you can buy them on Amazon. They're like £10. So you get yourself some acids. So I'm hoping this guide will basically help you, arm you, so that you can go out, find gold, find silver at car boot sales, and not basically get ripped off. Now, I share other tips. Now, if you're already in the boxes looking for gold and silver, then you need to learn costume jewelry as well, because there's really good money in costume jewelry. But that's a whole different video. So let me introduce myself. Now we've done the video. My name is Walter O'Neill, and I am the founder of Antiquesarena.com. I've been involved in the car boot sales and antiques and things for about 3 decades. And my website has about 7,000 products on there of top quality. I've got well over 100 articles on there, how to identify stuff and to help you. And I've got about 1,100 videos on my YouTube channel, all similar to this video, all designed about sharing the knowledge, sharing the love of antiques. So if you're not subscribed and you like the videos, please subscribe and hit that little bell. Otherwise, you'll miss my videos. And if you love antiques and you know someone else who would appreciate or enjoy my channel, please recommend it to them and share it, especially if you get something out of my videos. It's a free way of you saying thank you, and I'd be eternally grateful. Now, what I recommend you watch next is either go to my playlist, my gold and silver playlist, or click on the end screen now, and there's a really good video on how to tell if a gold sovereign is real, how to test a gold sovereign. Now, they're £550 a coin. And when you're going on car boot sales, flea markets, antique fairs, there's always little tubs of coins. Now, if you see a sovereign, you need to know how to know if it's real. And in that video, I share simple tips on how to identify if it's real or not. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Hopefully, I've put enough value in it for you. And if I have, then, as I said, please subscribe and give a like. And leave a comment. Did you figure out which one was real? None of them? I didn't mean to trick you, but it's the only way of showing you just the severity of the hallmarking fraud going on. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.